friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am here to do some plant chores with you, some things that I need to get done, and I thought it'd be more fun to bring y'all with me. I've got a bit of a list here of some things I'm going to get up to. I'm going to be doing some cleaning and dusting because I'm finally taking the sulfur off of some of my plants, just a couple, just to get that process in motion. I want to do some chopping and propping. I've got a new plant that I want to show you and sort out, and some things that I need to treat for pests, and some things I want to join together. So that is what is on my list today. Maybe grab some plant chores for yourself so we can do them together and get some good stuff done. Before we get into it though, I just want to say if you're new here and you don't know me already, hi, my name is Emma and I make houseplanting content all over the internet, so if you want to follow along with my houseplanting journey and maybe learn something along the way, stick around, watch some more of my videos, and subscribe to my channel. If you're not new here, welcome back. I really appreciate you joining again. Also, this video is very kindly been sponsored by Planta. Planta is an app that provides an intelligent plant care schedule for each of your plants. It individually adapts to each plant's unique care needs based off of some information you provide, like your plant size, potting material, distance from a window, and more, as well as some information that it gets from your surrounding area, like daylight hours and weather and stuff like that, to create a plan that's unique to your specific plants. It sends you reminders to water, fertilize, repot, and even clean your plants. Y'all know I am not good at making sure my plants stay dusted and cleaned, so I am really looking forward to getting Planta's reminders to help me make sure that my plants' leaves are clean and free of dust, like ready to get in more light and photosize and hopefully maximize their growth this growing season. Planta also has several other features like a new community section, plant identification, and Dr. Planta, where it scans a photo of your sick plant and it can help diagnose what's wrong and help you figure out how to take better care of it in the future, and more. So follow the link in the description, get yourself Planta Premium, and take better care of your plants. Happy planting! Thanks, Planta. Right, now that we've talked about that, let's actually get one of those tasks done. I want to clean several plants so I can take that off my Planta app and get them fresh for the growing season. So one of the plants that I want to clean first is my Rhaphidophora tetrasperma. It's nearing the top of its moss pole and eventually I want it to grow out on the ceiling. But before it does that, I want to make sure it's not got sulfur on it, because once it starts going off the top of the pole, I'm not going to be able to take it out of this spot for a while unless I really want to like take everything down, which is not fun. So this is one of the main ones. I've also got a couple over there, like my Mitchellsiana, my Mandula, and my Amplissimum, that I would like to get nice and clean because those are the ones that I sulfured this year for the second time already. So let's bring these to the shower and get them all cleaned off, because I'm not gonna individually wipe every single leaf here. That's far too much work. The shower's where it's at. Oh my goodness, this plant is just so big. Look at that. Okay, to the shower. The Mitchellsiana, which is covered in the sulfur spots. It's actually quite hard to see them with this lighting coming from behind, but probably see, there we go. It is covered. The amplyssamum, which honestly is not doing very hot right now, but maybe a bit of water will help that. And the Mandula pothos, which is growing very, very well. Honestly, I feel like it probably needs a pole extension because I have just continued to loop the, whatchamacallits, the vines down, and so they keep going down and back up again, which, I mean, it's fine, but in reality, I think it just needs an extension. So that's something I will do at some point. I don't know if I have any more of the like fat poles though, these ones, so I might need to order more of those before I can do that. But let's get these to the bathroom and clean them off as well, and then we can tick them off the list on the planta. Just grabbed my makeup brush. Actually, this one, I mean, I only use for plants, but I figured they might need a little bit of a scrub because they are velvety, and so the sulfur kind of gets into the velvet a little bit more. So for the fry deck specifically, and any of my other velvety plants, I'm just gonna go through with water and then also give all the leaves a little bit of a wipe down, because I feel like it's not just gonna come off with the water. It needs, see, doesn't that look so much better already? Just needs that bit of a scrub. I mean, I could use a sponge, but the makeup brush is a little bit softer on these leaves. So I'm just gonna let these drip dry for a while because otherwise they will drip all over my carpet and I don't want them to do that. But I feel much better now that they're clean. I'm so excited for clean plants. It's gonna be amazing. Right, so now I can just go into the app and go to my plants. These are all bedroom plants, and I can go into each of them, and I have to tick it off early because it doesn't say that, like, it thinks that you cleaned it the day you put it in. And then it'll remind me again in 3 months' time to clean the leaves again and keep it feeling and looking its best and able to photosynthesize its best as well. So let me just go through these ones really quick. Cool. So now I can do those plants again in June when it reminds me. One of the other things that I wanted to do in this video is show you this plant. But also I desperately need to sort out its moss pole because it is trying to reach for moss in there, which it doesn't have at the top, as well as it is literally just a top cutting. So I think I probably want to figure out putting it in a pot or something. So I actually got this plant from the Birmingham plant swap. One of my patrons actually gave it to me there, and Lisa and I are going to split it eventually, but we want to like get it acclimated to being in the home first. So getting it all set up and feeling and looking nice to start. And I can't take it off of this pole because it's like heavily rooted in there. You can see on the back there's like hella roots in there, which is great So we're gonna keep it on this pole and maybe add more to the top in hopes that I can get it to keep growing in here. And I think this would actually be the perfect plant to go in the office in that big pot that I got, in that middle area where I have just like a big pot to put something in. I feel like this would be perfect in there, and that spot gets grow light quite a lot, so this could be the right thing for that space. Oh yeah, I'm so excited about this plant. I can't believe I have like a giant dubia. Cool, so let's head to the living room to figure out how I want to do this. How I want to do this. Basically, I was thinking to potentially cut the moss pole maybe to there, just below this zip tie, because it, like, if I put it in a pot now, none of the plant will actually be in the pot, which doesn't make sense. So I feel like it makes the most sense to take some of this moss out. I'll need to take more of it out in a little bit, but take some of that out. And then cut this off the bottom. That, and let me grab scissors for that. So this is just a top cutting of this person's dubia, and it was basically touching the ceiling in their home, and so they could no longer keep it. So they brought this to the swap. But I think if I can try to pull some more moss out carefully. Oh, actually, maybe I'll take these two off. Being careful of the roots, just to get it to the point where it fits into this pot. I feel like that makes the most sense. If I put that there, yeah, that's perfect. Maybe put a tiny bit back. Yeah, that is fantastic. I'm just going to attach the moss pole to the pot, because this pot that I have already has holes that I've used with it before for a thicker moss pole, I think, but like it should be okay. I'll tie it very, very loosely to start. So I can like center it as best as possible. Is now attached to that pot, and honestly it's fine where it is like that. I might grab some bark to go in there as well, just to make it extra drainy, just to put in behind at the back of the moss pole. Just gives it a little bit more drainage. And then going in with the Monstera and philodendron soil, which already has bark in it, so I don't technically need to add more bark in here, but I like my moss poles to be extremely barky soil, just to give it the extra little bit. Cool. Now that's figured out, I need to add some more moss pole to the top. So it's actually extremely convenient that I have some of probably the exact same, what do you call this, wire mesh, and I have a piece of plastic that looks to be exactly the same size. So I might just add this on top, and I feel like that would work perfectly. Yeah, I just need to pop some holes into this. Okay, now it's time for the fun part where we attach my new moss pole to the top of that one. So I've got this, and I'm just going to very artfully shove it down the back. And now this is like ramrod straight because this is a metal stake, and I can shove my other moss pole on top of it. I can just okay. Doing moss pole work like this always stresses me out a little bit. But now there is a little bit of a gap in there. Not exactly sure why that's happened, but it's fine. I can always tie this to the pole so the roots are touching the moss a little bit more. And that's actually a really good idea. Let's do that. Just a bit of garden Velcro to push that in to the pole. Just like that. And so now hopefully those roots will go into the moss and it can keep growing upwards. It does have a new leaf on it at the minute, but it has gone a little bit, it's just gotten a little bit battered in the past like week since I've come back from Birmingham. Okay, cool. I feel like that'll be perfect. And then when we do cut it, Lisa and I, because we're technically sharing this plant, when we do cut it, she can have this top part of the moss pole that I have done. Fabulous. So let's go see if it works well in the pot in the office. Right, so this is the gigantic pot that I was talking about. It's a 30 or 32 centimeter pot, so I'm gonna hope that this is tall enough to not make it look too weird. I don't think that will be the case. I think it still will look weird. I mean, it's not bad. Though I would prefer a little bit taller. Let me grab something taller. Okay, hear me out. This pot, but it's kind of got ridges, so it might hold the other one in place a little bit. Maybe, 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 maybe. Let's see. Take that out. Okay, that's actually not terrible. Obviously this leaf is not the happiest there, but I think I can also put plants in down here to fill that out. I kind of want something that grows like vertically or like outwards a little bit. I feel like an alocasia would be good, but I have all of those in semi-hydro, so I don't know if that's the right fit vibe-wise. Maybe my Florida Ghost. I mean, that's not bad. That falls. Okay, what about if I keep it in its cash pot? Okay, that works. And then I can maybe put one more small thing in there. And I currently have this gooseneck grow light just attached to the shelf here. I think because I now have something quite far back, I might bring these lights forward to about here, and then they can kind of shine on this as well as on top of there. So this is getting a lot of light for most of the day, because these are normally on. I just turn them off for filming, just so I didn't whack the plant or something silly. But that's what that is looking like for now. And I have room for another plant in there, a small plant, if I want it. I've just put that in there as a placeholder, so I know that it exists. Heck yeah. Another thing that I need to do, especially now that I've moved this light, is to chop and prop my Hoya linearis. So these two long ones are the ones that need chopping. And I think I'll chop there. And I can now propagate these ones. So I'm actually just going to put them into this water, because I find water is the easiest way to propagate Hoyas. And so I'm just going to stick these down in the water, taking off the bottom leaves as well of each of them, because that makes it even easier. I don't even know if I need to do that, but I do it anyway. So those can just go in there, and I might just rest them on that. Will that do? Kind of. I'm sure they'll prop absolutely fine in there. I'm really not worried about them. One thing I wanted to do, because I think this plant is getting a little bit too big for my pond box, is take this one out. I thought it was a cuprea, because like look at that red shine in there. But I also have this cuprea, and I feel like they don't actually look that similar, but I'm just gonna pot them together anyways, because I'm pretty sure they're both cupreas. So I feel like that makes a lot of sense. I don't know why I wouldn't just pot them both together when they should be absolutely fine. And if I can, I will pot them both in this, but I know that might not be possible. It just depends on how good the roots are in here. This one also is like growing amazingly. Do you see? There's new growth, 2 pieces of new growth on there. So I mean, it's already got 2 plants in it. Why not put a third in? So Joe?
Yeah.
Can you do me a favor and grab me a bowl, please? Thank you. So, very carefully, as to not break these new bits. Also, I need to water this one. It's dry, but that's okay. I'm just gonna take this out. Oh my goodness. Look at those roots. They're so good. It's like proper attached itself to the microfiber wick of the pot. It's okay if I have a tiny bit of root loss, that's fine. What do we think? Do you think we can fit another one in this pot? I feel like we probably can. I think it's doable. Okay, let's unpop this one. Oh yeah, this one's root system isn't like huge or anything, so I definitely think we could make that work. Do I want to give it new semi-hydro? I brought my box of it. This stuff honestly looks pretty okay, so I'm just gonna go straight back in. Oh, there's a little springtail in here. Amazing. We love springtails. And they love moist semi-hydro. And I very well might need to upsize this pot. Oh, you know what? I think I have one bigger than this. But one of these, just to give it that like tiny bit of extra space. And the like actual pot of it isn't that much bigger. Like just a little bit, like one size up. I think that will be perfect. Yeah, that fits just that tiny bit better. Fabulous. So that is what we are looking like with this one. I am really not sure if these are the same kind of alocasia. It's kind of hard to see with these spots, but the leaf shape is just different. I swear this one was a cuprea, but I guess I must just be wrong. I mean, that's okay. I don't mind being wrong. Do I want to take anything else out? I could maybe take this guy. This is my scalprum. I could put that one in this. I think it would like that. And I'd probably want to put this one specifically in my cabinet pretty quick because this box is like 100% humidity, and so it will probably want something quite high, at least for the start. I don't know. I should also probably research care on this one because, like, I'm sure it's absolutely fine being in a box with 100% humidity, but I don't know how it deals with being lower, which obviously it is if it's not in that box. There we go. It's just a bit of an awkward one. I think because the lid's been pressing down on it for a while, it's not ideal, but should be fine now. And I'm going to wash all this semi-hydro at some point. I actually have a whole bunch right now that I need to wash. You can see my little box is very nearly empty, which is good. It means I'm using it and swapping stuff around. So that is fun. But I need to clean this stuff because this stuff's a little bit dirty. And yeah, I think that's the only one I want to take out of here. I probably could take some more, but I don't really want to. I probably also should give this another clean sometime because it's looking a little bit mucky. But that is a chore for another day. And there we go. And into the cabinet with you. All of these plants are dry now, and I mean, they're not perfectly spotless, but I think when I give them one more wipe in 3 months' time, when I get that notification to clean them again, it should be enough to get them like really super clean. I mean, I could just wipe them now, but oh, do I want to? Nah, I really don't want to. So let's put these back where they live. Maybe I will go get a cloth. Wouldn't be the worst thing. Okay, so I have cleaned my leaves, chopped the linearis, did the dubia, joined those cupreas, and then the last thing that I wanted to do today is to alcohol treat my few plants in the bathroom that have spider mites. And now that these ones are out of the bathroom, I can do that. So let's go do that fairly quickly. I don't have very many in there, and they're pretty small. So it should be quite quick to just run them over with a bit of alcohol quite quickly. So let's do that. And honestly, looking at it, I'm not even gonna put these in the tub because there's so few of them. So I'm just gonna do it right here. I haven't seen spider mites on these in a couple of days. I mean, actually, I haven't seen any since I last did the treatment, but spider mites are one of those things that like you might not see right away and you could just get tripped up by it. So doing a couple extra rounds or a couple extra weeks of treatment is not the end of the world. So that is it for me on the plant chores today. I had so much fun doing them with you. It always feels so much easier when I'm doing plant chores with you, and I hope y'all feel the same about that. It just makes life easier for all of us. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up down below and leave a comment on other houseplanty things you'd like me to talk about in the future. And don't forget to subscribe for more. Thank you so much for watching. Keep growing, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!